Good morning, students. Welcome to your computer classes. Today, we will talk about chapter 1, which we had done, and the exercise questions are also being given to you. I hope that everybody has done that. So, in today's session, we will again recall the content which we have learned in chapter 1 because this is something related to computers evolution. Evolution, as you can see on the board, that is the development or progress. Anything which is being developing is your evolution. Okay, so in this chapter, what we had learned that how the computer system which we see nowadays has been developed in such form. Past computers or the computers which were used in past times were very big. So the computers which we use, how they have evolved in their speed, in their size, all we had discussed in this chapter. So I hope that you all have gone through the chapter and the reading also. I will, in the live session, I will ask different questions related on this one by one with each student so that we can have an assurance that you have done the chapter. So we'll start today's class. What were the early calculating devices? Early calculating devices were abacus, developed by Chinese people, Napier bones, developed by John Napiers, Pascaline, difference engine, analytical engine, tabulating machine, ENIAC, and UNIVAC. Students, in this we had discussed about the different early calculating devices. These were not the complete computer devices which we see, but yes, these were being used for computing purposes, for computing and calculating purposes. Like we had discussed about tabulating machine, which was used in your US census for counting people. Okay, we had discussed about abacus, which consists of beads. Napier bones consist of frame made up of the bones or metal. Okay, Pascaline consisting of rolls and wheels. We had discussed about that. Okay, we had discussed the chapter in two parts, in two sessions. I hope that both the sessions, all the videos you have watched, you have understood the chapter. In case if you have any doubt of any of the early calculating device, you can rise up in the live session, during the live session. I will be awaiting for the queries related to early calculating devices. Please gone through the content once. We will have a quick revision oral test with the students. Thank you. After the students, we had learned about the pioneer people of modern computers. Those people who had played important role in the development of the computer which we see nowadays. Like your Charles Babbage, father of computer, Augusta Ada Lovelace, the first programmer of the world, John von Neumann, who had gave the idea of your keeping or storing the instruction and data in memory of computer, Alan Turing, who had invented the Turing machine, the first general purpose computing machine, and Grace Hopper, who had uh, programmed the first computer, Mark I, Howard Mark I, as well as she had also contributed in development of programming language COBOL. I hope that you all have learned about them, you have read about them. In case if you have any doubt, you can please ask during the live session. After that, students, we had learned about the evolution of computer generation wise. We had discussed the five generation of the computers, the time period, and the electrical component which was used, mainly used during those computers of those generation. Actual, the electrical components which we use during the manufacturing of computer or the processors which we create, these processors are actual the one who decides the size of the computer. So as we have seen, the first generation computers were made or manufactured during 1940 to 1958. They consist of vacuum tubes. Okay, now the CPU which you see, जो सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट आप देखते हैं, ये सारे इलेक्ट्रिकल कंपोनेंट्स उनमें लगते थे. वैक्यूम ट्यूब्स जो बड़े बड़े होते थे, these were big in size, hence the computers were also big in size. They consume more electricity, they generate a lot of heat, but they were not reliable. हम उन पे विश्वास नहीं कर सकते थे कि they will always work. Sometimes they do not work. So the first generation computers were less reliable, very costly. Second generation computers, which were from 1959 to 1963, they used, in place of vacuum tubes, they used transistors. They were smaller in size in comparison to vacuum tubes. वो electricity भी कम use करते थे. They used less electricity. They generate less heat in comparison to the first generation computer. But they were costly than first generation computer. Third generation computer, 1964 to 1970. The computers which were developed between 1964 to 1970 are known as third generation computers. They used integrated circuits, that is ICs. You have heard कि इसका IC खराब हो गया है या इसका IC उड़ गया है, हमें दूसरा. So ICs were integrated chips, green color के chips, जिन पे different electrical components, capacitors, resistors, diodes ये फिट किए जाते हैं. ओके, जिनसे ये प्रोसेसिंग करता है, कैलकुलेट करता है. सो दोज वर आईसीज. आईसीज आर स्मॉलर इन साइज. आपने देखे ना, छोटे छोटे चिप्स होते हैं. ओके, आफ्टर दैट इन फोर्थ जनरेशन कंप्यूटर, दे वर फ्रॉम 1971 टू द प्रेजेंट टाइम. आज की तारीख तक, आज तक जो कंप्यूटर्स बन रहे हैं, फ्रॉम 1971 से अभी तक जो डिफरेंट कंप्यूटर्स बन रहे हैं, दे आर योर फोर्थ जनरेशन कंप्यूटर्स. दे यूज माइक्रो प्रोसेसर्स. दे आर ऑल also smaller than ICs. IC से भी छोटे होते हैं and they can fit a large number of electrical component. उस पे हम बहुत सारे electrical components को हम लगा सकते हैं. Okay, so fifth generation computers, आज से जो आने वाले future में जो computers बनेंगे, that will be your fifth generation computers, termed as, which will have artificial intelligence. Many of you know artificial intelligence. It is the capability of the computer to work like human, to think like human. हमारी तरह सोचने की कैपेबिलिटी, दैट्स आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. अगर कंप्यूटर ह्यूमन की तरह सोचने लगे, ओके, लाइक आप मुझसे कुछ पूछते हैं, ओके, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट आई रिप्लाई यू बैक इन द आंसर. सो सिमिलरली आपकी बात को अंडरस्टैंड करके, थिंक करके रिप्लाई करने की जो कैपेबिलिटी है, वर्क करने की जो कैपेबिलिटी है, दैट इज योर आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. कंप्यूटर को अगर हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं, इट विल बी दी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. आप जानते हैं गूगल और सीरी और ओके गूगल, अगर आप इन पे आप वॉइस कमांड सर्च करते हैं तो दे विल फाइंड यू द रिजल्ट एंड गिव यू बैक. यस और नो? सो दे आर आर्टिफिशियली इंटेलिजेंट. टेस्ला कार जो ऑटोमेटिकली चलता है, यस सर. सो दीज आर आर्टिफिशियली इंटेलिजेंट एग्जाम्पल्स. दे आर इन डेवलपिंग फेज, अभी डेवलप हो रहे हैं. दे आर नॉट फुल्ली कहते हैं इम्प्लीमेंटेड, स्टिल इन द डेवलपिंग एंड रिसर्च फेज. So we had discussed about the 5th generation of computers. After that, we had discussed the types of computer. Microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe computer, supercomputer, mobile computer, gaming consoles, and your embed computers. Okay, microcomputers, microcomputers like your desktop, your laptops, which you use at work, which can do the calculation work. Okay, their speed and their processing is limited. Mainframe में उनसे ज़्यादा होते हैं. Mainframe computers which can be used in big industries for doing big work, to handle big robots or big machines. Okay, then we have supercomputers which are so capable, so strong, so powerful in calculation. They do big jobs like your defense. They are used for research purposes, to handle the spaceships, to seismology, that is your earthquake probabilities and all. So all these big works are done by that big computer, that is your supercomputers. There are lots of supercomputers in the world. India also have different supercomputers which are working in our weather forecasting, जो हमें weather के बारे में बताता है. भूकंप या ऐसे कुछ होता है तो उसके लिए डिफेंस पर्पसेस के लिए हमें प्रोवाइड होता है. सो ऑल दीज वर्क आर डन बाय सुपर कंप्यूटर्स. Mobile computers, like you know, the mobiles which you are using right now, these are mobile computers. On that also you can write, you can do different things, you can calculate, yes or no. So they are also small computers, mobile computers. Gaming console, I think आप मुझसे ज़्यादा जानते हैं because everybody plays a lot online games and all. So they are also computing. And embed computers like जो chips, processing chips या processors जो आपके air conditions में लगे हुए हैं, रेफ्रिजरेटर्स में लगे हुए हैं, विच कंट्रोल्स द प्रोसेसिंग ऑफ द रेफ्रिजरेटर, टेम्परेचर का डाउन करना, कूलिंग का डाउन करना, ऑल दीज आर डन बाय दैट स्मॉल चिप. उसमें डिस्प्ले नहीं होता, ओके, बट यस स्टिल इट प्रोसेस और इट कैलकुलेट्स द मशीन. वॉशिंग मशीन में भी होता है. यू हैव एयर कंडीशंस, यू हैव televisions, in all they have embedded computers. I hope that you have read the chapter number 1. In case of any topic which you have not understood or any doubt, you can ask in the live session which is going to be conducted after this video. Thank you for today. Take care.